Good morning, everyone. My gosh, there's a lot of you out there. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We, Kim and I, appreciate all of you being here to honor our son. I'm here to tell you about Brian, and not so much Deputy Ishmael, but about Brian himself. He was one of those perfect sons, would do anything I asked him to, which was a lot, especially as I got older, because I can't climb underneath houses and all that type of stuff. I've just got a few things here on the list to read. We'll start with this one. I hope lunch is coming too. But people have loved B, which we call him B. It was easier. But from the first time they met, they loved him. He's a big, lovable guy, as you can tell by the picture. The smile was continual, and a helper of anyone. He would pull over on the side of the road just because somebody was having a flat tire. He wasn't on patrol. He'd just do it. I've seen, he speaks softly, which I've seen, but a person, I've seen him walk up to a person, and I'm sorry, not a person, someone that was in trouble. And in trouble of that he had to be there in uniform. But he went up to them. This was on a ride-along, and he would just talk softly to him. And this person that was raging mad in approximately 2 minutes was crying and saying, "I'm sorry." And this is the way he didn't speak loud to people. This is why his kids are perfect. They really are. And we enjoyed being with them. But he's always spoke softly, but he does it with authority. I'll give you one real quick one. Kim and I were going to go to Hawaii. And I wanted to go ziplining. And Kim is not too hot about being off the ground more than a foot. So I told him, we're going to go to Hawaii, and I'm going to go ziplining. I'm not too sure about Mom. And he was just going in to be an officer, and he goes to his mom, he stood about this much higher, and he would go, "Mom, you're going to ziplining." And I was standing right next to him, and both Kim and I looked at each other, and he goes, "Not working, huh?" "No, we know you well, way too well." Ben brought up a thing. Oh, God, Ben. He told me, Brian had his vest custom made, all the little pockets and all that, and right there is where his inhaler was. And when they would go out on a call, Ben would say, "You ready to go? Or are you ready to go tactical?" And Brian would just go, "Okay, let's go." Some of the stories I got from that boy, geez, they were funny. There was one girl, I was with him. She went through a stop sign. He said, "Do you want to go write tickets?" I said, yeah, let's go do that. We're in the middle of the night. And he says, "Well, this car that just kind of California stopped and went through," he goes, "I don't even bother. You know, this person's going to want to go to court and all this stuff, and they're going to say, oh, yeah, okay." But right after that girl, this other girl in a little car drives through that stop sign, and about 100 feet more, there's another stop sign. He goes, "That's the one we're going after." So we take off. He says, "You can come on up, Dad, with me." So we come up to her, and he looks down at her, and this sweet little girl, Brian says, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" And she goes, "Well, because I didn't have my seatbelt on." or that I was on my telephone. I had to turn around and just go back to the car. I was laughing so hard, but I heard him say, well, I didn't see you on the phone, but I definitely see you don't have your seatbelt on. But this is the way he treated people. He treated them like real people. You're not criminals, especially one like this. She was very, very, very nice girl. One thing, I know you've heard everybody calling him Ish. Let me give you a quick background. My grandfather was a fire chief of the Tiburon Fire Department. Well, figure I'm 60-something, and my dad was, anyway, is way back. And that Ish started with my grandfather. His name as a fire chief was Fire Chief Ish. My dad's nickname was Ish. My name was Ish, and now Brian is Ish. And we didn't pass it on. That's just the direction they went. His buddies started calling him Ish, and I'll never forget the one time I saw him on TV, and there was a situation where everybody's got their rifles out, and Doug yells out, "Hey, Ish, go around the other way." And I'm going, wow, it's on with Brian too. And that part, it was so good. One of the cards I got last week, and we have gotten a lot of cards, but this one particular one was a person that did know Brian when he was younger. And I'm just going to read you a quick little thing here. It says, Don and Kim and Brenda, Brian responded to a call for service for me last year. It's the first time I've seen Brian since he was just a boy. He had grown into a man and an officer at that. I'll back that up. What's he called? Deputy. I'm getting corrected all the time. He had grown into a man and an officer. He was professional yet personable. He was caring, easy to talk to, and followed through with everything he said he was going to do. I was so impressed with the deputy he turned out to be. And that's just one of many, many cards that we got from people we don't even know. And it's incredible. This is incredible. He would be overjoyed, and he would be proud of every one of you just coming to see him. He'll be missed by a lot of friends, family, fellow deputies, and the public. The bad guys took one of our best, and this has got to stop. I love you all. And little buddy, I know you're throwing that ball again for Noe, which was his dog. Have fun, B, and we'll see you again.